we're printing an ear. So a patient had lost his left ear. They took a CT scan of his right ear and mirrored it so that we can 3D bioprint him a new ear.
Attaching them is still theoretical, but these 3D printers can print workable human organs like this ear. Scientists here at the Wake Forest Institute for Regenerative Medicine in North Carolina are working towards the day when they can print all kinds of replacement organs. It takes about 3.5 hours to create an ear, and it will be attached using a special solution made from the patient's cells. When they get it to work, it could revolutionize the science of organ transplants.
We basically categorize the complexity of the organs from flat to solid, with flat structures such as skin being the least complex, tubular structures like blood vessels being the second level of complexity, hollow non-tubular organs like the bladder or the stomach being the third level, and solid organs being by far the most complex. Certainly, the donor shortage is very serious. You know, there's so many patients on the wait list right now, and regenerative medicine is really a strategy that hopefully will help us to decrease the number of patients who are on that transplant list.
The process begins when scientists take a small piece of tissue from the patient. The next step is to create the desired shape or frame for the tissue. This is where 3D printers come into play, and alongside them, the procedure known as electrospinning, a fiber production method which uses electric force to create artificial blood vessels.
These are electrospinners, and the way that it works is we have a solution of a biomaterial, a certain type of a polymer, in a syringe that's being very slowly pushed out with a syringe pump. We have a rod here that goes through this apparatus over here, and it rotates and moves back and forth. And the idea is that the solution is deposited onto the rod and it can form a tube.
Next, scientists test the artificial blood vessel by imitating a pulse.
We put it inside a bioreactor. So what we've done is we've taken the blood vessel right here, we've hooked it up to the bioreactor, which is attached to a pump, and it's basically pulsing flow back and forth through the blood vessel to emulate the beating of the heart. Wow. And so you can see, if you look closely, the blood vessel is opening and closing.
Thanks to 3D bioprinting, scientists can create more complex human organs as well. They are used in the so-called organ-on-a-chip, or OCP technology. This 5-centimeter panel is a tiny model of a human body. Each chamber contains tissues from various organs. Such models are mostly used for testing new drugs for unknown side effects and even how they'll affect each patient individually.
In the near future, I'll say, what is going to happen is you're going to come to the hospital, they're going to take a small sample from your skin, and as the doctor is making your diagnosis and your prognosis and everything, a lab group is going to be building 20 to 40 versions of you, of chips.
Scientists can't say how long clinical trials are going to take exactly, but they hope that in some 30 to 40 years, their inventions will be a regular part of people's everyday life. For Lesia Bakalets in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, NRS, VOA News.